The most delicious, tender pork belly burn-ins you'll ever have.
Now, most of you know by now, I have been featured in Brian Baumgartner's cookbook, the Seriously Good Barbecue Cookbook. Did you know that my pork belly burn-ins are right there on the front cover? So if you go to page 56, you have the pork belly burnt ends. And so what I thought we would do today is let's make the recipe from the cookbook. So we have ourselves a giant pork belly. So let's get started. Now, for whatever reason, the place where I've been getting my pork belly from does not have skinless pork belly, so there's a skin on. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take the pork belly into 2-inch cubes, and it'll be very easy to take the skin off. So there you go. What you're looking for is about a 2-inch cube, and then we'll cube this all up. Now, the key is when you're cutting the pork belly into chunks, to keep an eye out. A lot of them are going to be very, very fatty. I don't know if you can tell. But certain parts of the pork belly is going to be very fatty, so you want to go ahead and discard ones that are mostly fat. And then you're going to have some that, as you have them, you're going to see that there's a pretty large chunk of fat. So what you want is to have your pork belly burn in. The ideal pork belly burn in has fat in it, but you don't want to have a ton of fat. So this is kind of the ideal setup that you want, about a 2-inch cube. It does have some fat, but you've already cut away a decent chunk of the other fat. Now that you've cut out the pork belly burn ends, you're going to take a binder of your choice. I love using avocado oil. You're going to generously put your binder on there. You're going to mix in your binder to make sure that when you add the rub, it's going to adhere evenly. Now you're going to take your favorite barbecue rub of choice. This is Keys Southern Spice, made in Fairhope, Alabama. This is fantastic. You're going to generously, very generously, put it inside your pork belly. What you're going to be doing later in the cook is you're going to be adding barbecue sauce of your choice, and you really want to make sure that the seasoning is in there enough to cut through the sauce, or else all you're just going to taste is barbecue sauce, which is what you don't want. So you want to make sure you can taste the smoke, the bark, and you want to make sure you taste the seasoning. Now, side note, Keys does not have a lot of salt in it, so you can be very liberal with it, and it won't be too much salt. And I'm also out, so I need another bottle. This is what they look like, all seasoned up, and then they're ready for the smoker.
Now you can use hickory. I personally like to use post oak. Make sure it's clean smoke, not dirty smoke. And you're going to roll this about 250 to 275 degrees. You're going to check on them every hour, spritz them with water or whatever your favorite liquid is, and then around 3 hours, take them off, put them in a full pan. This is what they're going to look like. Once you put them all in the pan, then take your favorite barbecue sauce. This is the Kinder's Honey Hot, and then generously put barbecue sauce, toss them all together, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put a lid back on the pan. Then after they've cooked for 2 to 3 more hours, they should be like this, completely bite tender, and be the best pork belly burn-in you have ever had. Enjoy!